Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery. It's a beautiful Friday morning, July 8th, 2022. We get together with our distribution partners most weekday mornings at this time to talk strategy, success, share success stories, tips, but primarily we're here to support each of you. We get together most weekday mornings again at this time. Today's topic, as shown on the screen, is another application of using Craigslist. Over the past couple of days, we've talked about different campaigns that you could promote through advertisements, and Craigslist is one venue or one portal, one site that you could post ads on. So today we're going to talk specifically about using Craigslist to earn income as a 60-day credit sweep white label partner. We have two types of white label partners. I think you know that, but just to clarify. So we have our access to capital white label partners, and that's where we're focused on helping build financial literacy of small business owners, build their lender compliant loan package, and helping them become credible enough to get at least $100,000. So that's one white label campaign. The other is the one we're talking about today, is helping people with credit. Now, it could be that same group. It could be small business owners that have credit issues, or it could be the community at large. So let's go through the concept. As a 60-day credit sweep white label partner, you can earn for every referral. Now, it's up to you. And the point is, as a white label partner, you control client pricing, which we're going to get to in the fourth bullet, but reasonably you could earn 1,000. Now, some of you are doing better than that on each client enrolled, because as a white label partner, you set the pricing. Some of you are setting the 60-day credit sweep right around $2,500 to $3,000. Others of you are keeping it much lower. It's up to you. But the point is, certainly you can earn $1,000 or more per referral. What we're doing is very important because we're helping people with a key issue: credit. Bad credit is expensive, keeps people from being able to qualify for housing, transportation, education, can impact their employment outlook, because a number of businesses now look at credit as a hiring decision. The US government does, the military does, and then also it impacts their access to capital if they're looking to start or grow a business. So a big problem that's out there that you and I have a solution for. Of course, we don't charge you to enroll as a 60-day credit sweep white label partner. So there's no upfront expense, no barrier, no buy-in that you have to worry about. As we mentioned, you're in control. As a white label partner, what that means to us, and I need to make sure you know what it means to you, is you're going out to the marketplace under your branding, whatever branding that you want. And so you control what it looks like when the client sees it. You control the client agreement, and thus you control the client's pricing. You're in control. That's what it means to be a white label partner. It's really easy for you because our team of paralegals do all the work. You don't have to do the implementation. You don't have to do the servicing. It's really just refer in and benefit financially. Also, what's really important is you get paid directly. If you've ever seen some of these revenue streams where you have to wait 30 or 60 days or 90 days, or when do I get paid? Do I have to go beg, borrow, and plead to get paid? Not in this case at all. Our 60-day credit sweep white label partners are paid directly and immediately. So there's no waiting. All right, so that's the concept. If you're not a credit sweep white label partner, I'll briefly go through that. Most of you are, and then we'll get into implementation. But you can go to the businessparalegals.com website, go to the 60-day credit sweep page. There's a little form at the bottom. Fill that out, check the box. You want to get paid to help others. We'll send you an Adobe packet to get set up. It's free and easy. We'll provide you the training, the resources, the materials to get started quickly. And frankly, what we're covering today is probably one of the quickest ways to start making money. All right, so some of you already have ideas of how to attract clients. there's a number of you that are in the real estate profession. Joseph is online again, but there's a number of you that are realtors, loan officers. So obviously you have your credit turndowns, your credit challenged people. Others of you have different sources of leads. And so that's fine. We're not saying that you can't do whatever you already have access to. But on an occasion, people will come to us and they'll say, well, great, I want to help people. I want to make money as a 60-day credit sweep white label partner, but I need leads. So there's a number of places to get leads, but this is probably one of the easiest, and it's by advertising. Now, advertising on Craigslist isn't free, but it's almost free. And the pricing may vary by market. I don't know. I don't proclaim to be a Craigslist expert. I know from the ads that we've done, it's cost us $5 to post an ad. I mean, to post and spend $5 to make 1,000 or more for each referral, pretty much a no-brainer. We sometimes have white label partners that say, I need some capital for operating as a white label partner. I want to set myself up on a salary. I want to be able to have an assistant. I want an office and marketing budget, and that's fine. So if you need funding or financing to accomplish your business model, then that's fine. That's what we do. So you just go to fundingproposal.online. We talked about it yesterday. Fill that out, and we can get your first tranche of financing typically within 24 hours or so. But regardless of that, the action steps are to go to Craigslist. You'd create a posting. You'll see a link for that in the top left. It'll ask you to select the posting type. Probably would fall under service type, but you could play around with different options if you wish. It'll ask you the category, and you can choose whichever category you want. If you're trying to help small business owners, then small business ads would be the category. But again, this is just a guidance. You can play with it. This will work, but you may want to post in other areas of Craigslist as well. We recommend posting in multiple markets to diversify your campaign, but it's up to you. But 5 to 10 markets will get you the best results. So then, of course, what we get asked for frequently is, well, what specifically should I post? And here's a recommendation. You can do this. You can do something else. It's up to you, but this will work. So we need to understand it, because it's more than just the words. You need to understand the model. So first of all, you can either promote the credit sweep as free or not free. That is up to you. When we promote it directly to the marketplace, we promote it as free. Well, how can it be free? Well, because in the end, there's no cost to the client. They have a deposit, and the deposit's refundable. That's our model. You may not want to follow that model, and I'll describe how that model works in just a second. But just so you know, you're under control. If you don't want to market it as free, you don't have to market it as free. But I'll come back and tell you how we make it free, and you can do the same if you want. Obviously, people like free. All right, so the recommended posting description is that the free 60-day credit sweep provides a legal, effective, guaranteed, and no-cost way to address applicable derogatory items instead of disputing with the credit bureaus. Our network of paralegals will prepare the documents necessary to block applicable negative items from your credit report using fully legal compliant legal processes. This is not a credit repair program. This is FTC compliant. We've been doing this now for about 18 months. Well, close to 19 months now. And if you follow the press at all, you can see that there's other programs that did something similar to us, but that weren't compliant. They've been shut down. There was a company out of Dallas that did a credit sweep, quote unquote, that got shut down. But that's not us. And we've gone through the discussions with the FTC. We've had an attorney, a wonderful woman, contact us from the FTC and wanted documents and details to understand what we're doing, because they see the success we're having and how much we're growing. And so they ask for all this information. And we are compliant. So they didn't ask us to change one thing. We were not asked to change any element of what we do or how we do with the 60-day credit sweep. So in other words, we've passed that compliance audit, so you can feel comfortable about that. The results are in 60 days or sooner. We call it the 60-day credit sweep because we want to set expectations. And if we can exceed those, that's great. But we call it the 60-day credit sweep because it's a 60-day process. It's effective for inquiries, collections, charge-off, bankruptcies, etc. We've had many success stories and we've highlighted those in the past. The one that's on the website and the one that we typically use is one of our very first clients. It came in, I believe, in month one. So in other words, 18, 19 months ago, this client came in with scores in the low 500s. And not only in less than 60 days, it was 33 days later, we were in the mid 700s. So tremendously successful. And then, so this paragraph here is important. And again, we'll go through the words, but then we'll describe the meaning because it ties into the free concept. So we'll even help you turn your better credit into at least $100,000 through our guaranteed grant funded program. You can use the $100,000 to start or grow a business, pay off debt, buy automobiles, houses, travel, or whatever you want. And again, I'll come back and describe that more. And then you have your call to action. You won't want to refer them to our email address. Of course, you'll want to refer them back to you. And then once they respond to you, then you need to send them the 60-day credit sweep agreement. So once you become a 60-day credit sweep white label partner, we set up a Dropbox. And in that Dropbox, we upload information, including an editable version of the client agreement in Word. So you'll have it. So you get the flyer and other stuff too. But the point is, you'll have the agreement. You'll edit that so it's an agreement with you and at your pricing. And then so then you would need to get that agreement to the client. So you would respond to them with that agreement. How you want to disseminate that agreement is up to you. You could send it to them via Adobe or DocuSign or whatever means that you want. And then, of course, once they've signed it, then you upload that into the Dropbox that we've created so we can implement. So I'm going to dig more into this whole how we can make it free and how it dovetails into funding in just a second. But separate from that, does anyone have any questions on the proposition that we're talking about today? Okay, if you do, just post it in the question and answer. So is there a deposit for the client to enroll in the 60-day credit sweep? Yes, there is a deposit because we have to pay those paralegals. Those pesky paralegals don't want to work for free. Since this is not credit repair, it's okay to charge that deposit. Credit repair, unless it meets certain circumstances, cannot have an advance fee. The FTC is all over that, but we're not credit repair. Go to an attorney and see if that attorney does not charge you a retainer or called a deposit. Absolutely, almost all attorneys will. Well, we're not attorneys, it's a group of paralegals, but there's nothing illegal or inappropriate about charging a deposit or a retainer, whatever you want to call it, to develop documents. It's industry standard. Now, if you want it to be free, then you need to define, well, why is it free? So if there is a deposit, how do you get the deposit back? Because of course, if you pay $1, but you get the dollar back, the net cost is $0, it's free, right? So yes, is there a deposit? But is the deposit refundable? Yes. Now, the way that we have set up the template, which is already uploaded into your Dropbox, if you're a Credit Sweep White Label 60-day partner, if not, sign up and we'll give it to you. But the bottom line is there's a trigger. So the way that we have it set up to make it free, and again, if you don't want to make it free, you don't have to make it free. You can just charge people, right? Charge as much as you want. Charge them $10,000 if that's what you want to do. We like free, but you can charge if you want. So the way that the model is by default set up, hey, there's a deposit, but the deposit comes back to you, therefore it's free. The way that we have it worded is after they go through the credit sweep, then we're going to take them through the Access to Capital program. The Access to Capital program does what? it guarantees them a minimum of $100,000. And that $100,000 can be used for whatever that they want it. Often it's to start or grow a business, but it didn't have to be. It can be $100,000 to do, again, whatever they want. So it becomes free in our default model if they participate in the access to capital, which is great. So it's allowing them to use their better credit to get funding, to get money. That's great for you, because if you are either a white label partner or a referral partner on the access to capital side, then that is another revenue stream to you, right? Because now not only are you getting revenue from the 60-day credit sweep, you're also getting $2,500 upfront when they enroll in the access to capital from their refundable deposit. And you're also getting a performance fee, which is a white label partner you select from their capital raise. Most of you are going with a 10 to 15% performance fee. Let's just call it 15%. So if they get $100,000, then you're getting $15,000 of income. So not meant to be complicated, but if you want it just simple, take the word free out and just charge people, and that's fine. It's good, it's worth it, it's a great value. But if you want to be able to go to the marketplace with the free proposition, then it is linked to some trigger, which is clearly stated in the agreement. So there's no confusion with the client. Hey, it's free. There is a deposit. Deposit comes back to you once you have participated in the $100,000 guaranteed access to capital. So you see how that is structured. So let's get into the questions that each of you have, because I think if you're thoughtful and stop and think about it, it makes perfect sense. Some people just want to just do everything kind of superficially. They're always multitasking and they're just kind of skimming. And so anything that's a little bit more of an advanced design, they struggle with. So here I'm just asking you, if you stop for a moment and realize you can do one of two things. You can just take the 60-day credit sweep out of the marketplace and not make it free, and then make a lot of money and help a lot of people. That's option one. Or option two is you can make it free by having a trigger in your agreement, which is frankly already written in the template that we've provided. It's not like you have to come up with the wording to figure it out. It's already there. And then it allows that deposit to be refundable and gets them at least $100,000. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so who has questions? And Warren, I don't know if I've answered your questions or not through our dialogue. So let me know who has questions regarding why it makes sense to become a 60-day credit sweep white label partner, how to become one, and what to do afterwards. All right, so Timothy's got a question there. So yes, once you become a 60-day credit sweep white label partner with the instructions here, we'll set up a Dropbox. We'll put the agreement template as well as other materials in that shared Dropbox, and you're open for business. So you just edit that template, of course, to match your pricing and your business entity. So then you would get people to sign that. And then you need to upload 3 things into your Dropbox so we can implement: a copy of the signed agreement from the client, a copy of their driver's license or other proof of identity, and a copy of a recent utility bill or some other acceptable proof of address. Those 3 documents is what you would upload, and then we implement. So, and appreciate Susan says this helped a lot explain, because some people get confused on the free. So certainly there's nothing wrong with offering a refundable deposit. And you can see lots of examples of that. You can go to an apartment complex, and some apartment complexes will have a promotion whereby, or the basic concept, I guess, really of an apartment complex. You pay a deposit when you move in, but if you do what you promised to do, you get the deposit back. And so in our model, there is a deposit for the credit sweep because we have to pay those pesky paralegals. They don't work for free. They love you. They love the helping people, but they need to be paid. And so the participant would pay the deposit, which either can be refundable or not based upon your design as a white label partner. And then we get to work. Okay, other questions, comments, concerns on this, frankly, pretty simple model. I'll make it smaller so we can see the whole page. It's a great way to help people. There's a huge demand. It's legal, it's effective, and it's profitable for you. What I see, Kelly, we had two Kellys on here today, but what one of the Kellys is mentioning is she's pointing out that it really it goes hand in glove with the access to capital, right? Because many people that go through the access to capital process will benefit from stronger credit. And then reverse, many of the people that go through the 60-day credit sweep would like to have access to capital, but their credit is an issue. So we can help them with both or either separately. So does everyone that goes through access to capital have to do the credit sweep? Absolutely not. Does everyone that goes through the credit sweep need to do the access to capital? No, absolutely not. It's just like you can go into a restaurant, you can order food and not a drink, or you can go in and order a drink and not food. A lot of people order both, right? And so you're in a good position to be able to help people with both the food and the drink and make money off of both, but it's up to you and it's up to the client. Okay, so if anyone has signed up for the 60-day credit sweep and you've not received your white label Dropbox, just go ahead and email us directly. I promise it's been set up because we have very good processes in place for this. But if you've not seen it, then just email us and then we can re-invite you to it. But when we execute the agreements to set up new 60-day credit sweep white label partners, we immediately send them an email, an onboarding email. We immediately assign a task to one of our staff in the office to call you to make sure that you know that the email has been sent. And in that email also makes reference, hey, we're setting up right now a Dropbox for you. And so then the Dropbox is set up and that invitation comes directly from Dropbox to you. And then once we set up the Dropbox, within moments, we copy and paste and populate the files into your Dropbox. So the process is good. If anyone feels that they don't have everything they need, I've personally I came in early this morning and I text individually every one of you to say, hey, how's it going? What can we do? Are we on track for July? Because we want to help at least 10 people a month. I also came in early and I emailed each of you. So all you would need to do is obviously respond back to the text or email and say, hey, Houston, we have a problem. I'm missing my Dropbox. But we're very committed to your success. And that's why I got up at 3:30 this morning and came in this morning to prepare this and literally text each of you individually this morning. All right, so let's see. Pauline says, if you're enrolled in the credit sweep and don't want to do the funding, so that's a great point. Yeah, so it becomes free based upon the trigger that's clearly stated. So everything that we do needs to be in writing. So that way there's never any confusion or disparity. So you're right, Pauline. If someone wants to do the 60-day credit sweep, but they don't want to participate in the trigger to make that refundable, then they wouldn't get it back, right? No different if you moved into an apartment, you moved out at month 6, but you had a 12-month lease. Well, you're probably not going to get your deposit back because you didn't do what you promised to do. So I hope, Pauline, that you see, as I do, the 60-day credit sweep, even if it's not free, even if they don't qualify or don't want the refund of the deposit, it's still a miraculous value. But if they want it free, then they have to comply with the trigger. And the trigger is clearly written in the agreement. And as a white label partner, you control that. So if you want to keep it simple and you don't want to make it ever free, there's no triggers, no conditions for them to get it free, then don't call it free. right? It's up to you. I had one white label partner kind of edgy, like, well, I don't want to offer it free because they do have to pay a deposit. Well, if you want to market it differently, market it differently. But technically, if you pay $1 and you get $1 back, your net cost is zero. Zero is free, right? And we put that in writing so they understand that. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. We're going to wrap it up for today, and we'll see you back on Monday morning. Let us know if there's anything we can do to help you. Bye-bye.